Welcome back to the Final Pop. My name is Juan Jimenez.
And I am Albin Ramirez, and we just got out of the theaters and we watched Transformers
1. And this is our mini podcast segment before the pop where we gave our initial thoughts on the movie. Albin.
Yes.
We're going to start with you.
Okay.
Have you watched the previous Transformers movies?
I have watched Transformers movies before, and I have to say, the movies back then did not do it justice on their story. Because this movie gave such a great origin story. It was awesome. It was honestly awesome to watch. What about you? What do you think about the story, the plot, the characters? What do you think about this movie overall?
Okay. Well, to start off, I haven't seen any of the Transformers movies.
Right.
I have seen bits and pieces of them throughout the year, like at a Walmart display TV.
Right.
So that's I just have snippets of them, so I know who Ultron is. I know who.
Sorry, I gotta cut you off. Ultron is not in this. That's a Marvel.
Sorry. Not Ultron. It's Megatron.
There you go.
And Optimus Prime. I know who those people were. Not to get it confused with Ultron.
We have to keep it. We have to keep that part.
So I do get who the characters are, because we also got Bumblebee in there, and obviously Bumblebee was everywhere. I love this origin story.
Yeah, me too.
A lot. I went in thinking it was a kids movie because it's rated PG. It didn't feel PG.
What makes you say that?
Mainly because usually when I think of PG, the storytelling is made at a certain level for even kids to understand, and I think that's where parents get lost within that. Viewers get lost. Like the older audience gets lost, and this movie didn't feel that way.
So do you think that this movie is kind of meant for the older audience?
Oh yeah,
because obviously there's been this whole fandom years ago, right? And for people to get this movie now. And it's animated, so it does benefit the kids, right? But this story, like you said, it just feels like it's more
towards the adults. Yeah, for sure. And I think they knew that premise because, I'm not sure. The first movie was PG-13.
No.
Was it rated R?
I think it had to be rated R because there was a lot of sex appeal and Megan Fox. Yeah. So there was a lot of that, and I know there was maybe drug use.
So I feel like they were gonna tread on very dangerous water if they were to make this movie towards kids, because a lot of their fandom was adults mainly.
Yeah, like older.
Teenagers, adults. So they treaded lightly, and they went towards the adult route, and they did. I think they did a pretty good job.
Yeah, I agree. What about the characters? I mean, we have a huge cast here.
That's right.
Chris Hemsworth as
Hemsworth?
Yes, Chris Hemsworth. He plays Optimus Prime. I knew it was him. Obviously, his voice, you can kind of tell. Same with Scarlett.
Do you think he had a good voice for Optimus?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Especially towards the end. Because in the beginning, it's, kind of childish voice. And then towards the end, he kind of does bring Optimus Prime. And then we also got Scarlett Johansson, which her voice, you can tell it's her.
Yeah.
Megatron, though, I didn't know it was played by Brian Henry. I guess he does fit that role because he does have a lower pitch voice.
Yeah.
So it does make sense.
But he also has a high pitched voice, which also complements him in his younger years.
Exactly. Yeah. Now, one of the voices that everybody knew, Keegan.
Yeah.
He plays Bumblebee. But in the movie, he's just named B. Yeah. Sentinel Prime, the villain, played by John Hamm. Pretty decent, The weird thing about him towards the end is that I felt like he gave up too easily in the movie. Like I think that he could have done something. The Decepticons decided to follow Megatron, and that's kind of where I kind of was like, well, he did just lose, so I don't know how he has people following him, but okay, sure. And
he'll get followers.
I guess, yes. It was just like, I mean, sure. That's the only part that I'm like, okay, whatever. But everything else with this movie, amazing. Everything about the story arcs, the connection that you have between Optimus and Megatron when they were younger. They were friends, and in a way, I do have to say, I did feel like there was going to be a turn And I knew it from the moment he put the sticker on him.
How come?
Because that's the sign. That's not the sign. That's their logo.
Oh, their
of
emblem.
Decepticons. Yeah, their emblem. Yeah. And that's when I knew, holy crap, that's the bad guy.
Yeah.
But I kind of let it go. And then towards the middle, I kept seeing it. It came up. And once he got that power, he switched up just like that. Yeah. I was like, fuck, that's the guy.
He went from yellow eyes to red eyes.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. One thing I do want to talk about is animation, because it's an animated film. I think this is the first animated film for any Transformer franchise.
Right.
What do you think about?
What's
your thoughts on the animation?
Everything about it felt new.
Okay.
If that makes sense.
Yeah.
It felt fresh. Something that we don't really see every day. It's robots. It's all metal, but they still feel like they're toys. They still feel like you can probably find these characters and have them as collections, but that's kind of where this whole fandom comes from. It's these cartoons that we saw at first, but this is the first that's animated, and it has like a 3D animation to it. And I gotta say, it's pretty good.
It felt a little bit like the same animation from like Spider-Man, like
really,
yeah, a little bit.
Okay,
I had a little bit of a wisp of
I can see
Miles
that.
Morales' universes, but yeah, no, animation was great. I think it's better to animate than film. This kind of
right.
It's easier, I guess.
Yeah, and that's something that another movie that's coming up soon is kind of having a struggle with. Everybody felt like it should have been animated, and that movie is Minecraft.
That's right.
Yeah. So the difference between this movie, Transformers, and Minecraft is that Minecraft has always been animation. It's always been a game, right? And for Transformers to go from live action to animation and doing it right, and then from everybody expecting a Minecraft movie to be animation and going live action.
Yeah.
You have to know your audience,
yes,
and Transformers knows their audience.
Yeah.
So shout out to Transformers. I really did enjoy everything about this movie. So I think we're ready for scores. I think you should go with your score first.
My goodness, man. Okay.
With everything being said, you kind of have to be transparent. It is a kids movie.
No, it's not. That's the thing.
No, but it's labeled as a PG-13 kids
is.
movie.
Oh my, yeah, it is.
So we have to kind of think about that and give that score for that too.
I think if anything, being PG and me liking it gives it already a high score.
Absolutely.
For me.
Yeah.
For me. Because not
for
only
everybody.
it's exactly it's not just for me, but you can bring in your kids.
Yeah.
And not have a problem with it.
Yep.
And oh man.
You're having a hard time.
I'm having a hard time because there isn't nothing in the movie that kind of let me down.
Yeah. And I mean, if you don't have a score, I can go my score first.
Yeah, let's go with your score first.
Like you said it perfectly. There's nothing wrong with this movie. Maybe a few things here and there where I'm just being picky, but damn it, bro, this movie was so fun. I was sitting there. We just ate a lot of food, and for me to keep eating popcorn, I was invested into this movie.
Yeah.
96.
Cool.
96 for me, bro. 96 for me. It's a good movie. All right. Go ahead. Now that you have a base.
No. It's not that I have a base. I just thought I was going really high.
Oh, really?
But hearing you, I'm like, you know what? I think my original score is what it is, and that is a 98.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah, I enjoyed this movie.
Hell yeah.
Again, I had very low expectations going into the theater. Like we were so close to skipping this one too.
Yeah. I wasn't necessarily feeling it. I was like, I don't know. But okay, we'll give it a shot.
Yeah, and again, it's because we think it's animated. We think it's a kids film, but like parents, don't be afraid to bring your kids.
Yeah.
This is one for kids and adults, but mostly for adults, but safe for the kids.
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah.
So my score is 96. Yours is 98. Easy math today.
97.
97 for this movie, guys. So thank you guys for listening. Make sure to go to our website at thefinalpop.com where you can rate this movie as well.
And don't forget to follow us on Instagram at thefinalpop.
All right, guys. Thank you guys for listening. And as always, stay entertained.